Welcome back to the Uprising Network. We are back with another installment of Review for You. It's been a minute. It's been about a month.
Yeah,
it's been about a month since we did the last review, and I've seen a couple movies since then. How about you?
Yes.
What have you seen?
I seen, what's the one? The one we were trying to talking about?
Brightburn.
Brightburn.
I was pleasantly satisfied with Brightburn.
I fucks with Brightburn. I hope they continue it.
I don't know if they needed to though.
They should, because
that's the best. I know it's not Superman, but like if DC was watching, in the way that I don't even know like a bunch of different Superman storylines or whatever, but if DC was watching how to do a Superman, like even if you want to start an origin story over again, you take a look at Brightburn. Look at what the fuck they did, because there are a lot of similarities to the Superman origin story. Them crashing into the planet and the family taking him in, and then he figured out he has powers around the same age, or maybe a little later. But either way, he figured out he got powers. But this is an evil Superman, versus the good guy Superman. Theoretically,
it's crazy how white people were taking the alien before he welcome black people.
Right from the sky though, like we have a alien ship or what the fuck ever he landed in. It's not a meteor. It's not like Meteor Man or nothing like that. It's not a meteor. It's an actual ship that he's landed in. And yeah, he looks like one of us, human beings per se, but. You gonna take him in? I'm calling the authorities immediately.
Get this nigga in the lab. Put him in the lab.
What the fuck is going on? No, I'm not taking in no random kids.
Look him up.
Especially if I don't even if I'm not even taking stray animals off the street. So I'm not taking stray kids off the street.
So they ain't never take them to the doctor though. That's what I'm thinking, because
they're one of those that don't because it's a whole different. Nowadays people don't want to vaccinate their kids.
Yeah, like you gotta have certain vaccines.
Yeah,
your kids
like you gotta. If you put your kid in school, they have to be vaccinated. Which I don't know how. So many people nowadays are talking about they're not gonna vaccinate their children unless they homeschooling them.
Right.
But unless there's like some little y'all stay on a farm or some little rural area where everybody's not doing that, and it's not a requirement. Like some Amish community or some shit like that. I don't know how they get down.
Village.
Yeah, some small incest village, like my man said. So, before we even got into it, I'm your host Barry, founder of the Uprising Network. This is Mel from the hashtag Eastside Podcast, and they put on events like the Vibe, which slapped last time. What's next?
Every time it slapped.
Every time it slapped. So what? Y'all got another one coming
up?
Got
coming up in July.
In July, I'm gonna make this one. I'm gonna make the one in July.
You gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there for sure. So. We are here to discuss X-Men. It's not even called X-Men. It's called Dark Phoenix. They didn't even put the X-Men in the title.
Yep.
The Dark Phoenix. And I didn't have any questions of where I wanted to start with, because I saw it Friday night. So I've had time to think about it in between. Usually I like to see the movie and then maybe the next morning I like to talk about it. But some of the plot points are hazy, but also. Just jumping ahead, this is the worst one out of all the X-Men movies.
You think so?
Yes.
Wow. Difference in opinion. Volume 45. Wow. This is one of the ones I like more. I like this one more than most of them.
So we already like oil and water right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first things first, I want to ask why.
It flowed. I like the way it flowed. It wasn't, and the violence wasn't as childish as it usually is. It was kind of elevated. It was turned up. It was really fucking motherfuckers up, And when it was fighting, and then the whole scene where she went out of space.
Okay.
When it happened, I like that part. How they had to go out of space, and they're like, "Oh, we don't really know what we're doing, but we about to do this shit." Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times, man, on these X-Men movies, it's just X-Men trying to stop other mutants. Mm-hmm. This time it was X-Men showing a purpose, this is what we here for. We about to save the world type shit, Mm-hmm. I fuck with that, showing some purpose of the X-Men, and then the fact that they try to use Dr. Xavier, they flipped the shit on him,
Yeah.
I like that, because Dr. Xavier, he was an
asshole in this movie.
He was. You think so?
I won't say asshole.
He was a drunk, for sure.
Asshole is a stretch, but the way he was trying to suppress Jean Grey's like memories to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
was it really to help him or was it to help her? Because if you think about those things that really happened that he hid from her, that probably would have crushed her. You know, like your daddy don't want you. Your daddy never gonna come see you. Like that shit that's some pain. You know what I'm saying? Over thinking they dead, you're like, all right, well, we can move forward from that. But it's harder to move forward knowing that your dad is alive and he just don't want to fuck with you.
You got a point.
That I feel like he low-key did the right thing. That's why she turned back when he really got into her mind. She was like, damn, this nigga ain't that bad after all. Mm-hmm. But was it his fault that Mystique died? I don't know. I can't call it.
We're going to be going all over the place. I have a lot of questions, even based on what he's saying here. Now, with Mystique, you know, who they don't even say, I don't even think they say Mystique throughout the whole movie. They refer to her as Raven. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize, like, she was such a, the biggest problem for me is that there's so much time between these X-Men movies that it's hard to kind of connect all the dots or even feel like any emotional connection to the characters.
Yes.
Like, with Mystique dying, I'm like, okay, well, she died. It wasn't like watching Black Widow die or, you know, Gamora die or some shit like that. It was like, all right, can we just move on? And they harped on that shit throughout the whole movie. Not Cyclops, but Beast was the whole movie. Like, he was coming back. Yeah, that was his boo, but I didn't feel no, like, connection with that, though.
They didn't really show no development with that. That's
development whatsoever. I didn't like their uniforms in the beginning of the movie. That shit looked like some Party City type shit that they put together.
Low-key looked like some Fashion Nova shit.
Super Fashion Nova shit. Like in the earlier X-Men movies, with Halle Berry and, with Wolverine and all that shit earlier. Those suits look like some top-notch shit.
The leather
but this shit,
way better.
The cloth shit that they had on, that shit didn't look like it was protecting anything.
It looked like they got low on the budget. Like,
super low on the budget.
We using too much CGI. We're going to have to stitch some shit up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So like I said, the emotional connection with the characters. I feel like and the thing about it is they had the production of the movie, they had to do a lot of reshoots after they had finished the movie. Really? And I can tell. Like there are some parts where, say for instance, that earlier in some parts of the movie they don't use their powers to their full capacity, but like in like for instance when they fighting to get to Jean Grey's character and they try to avenge Mystique's death or whatever, and like Storm is like doing like small shit, like she's fighting the dude with the dreadlocks and then she like throws like some like ice chips at this nigga versus like just electrocuting him type shit.
That was wild.
Like it's like okay, well maybe I can't tell by the reshoots, but it's just that the fighting scenes just didn't seem put together. Like they never used their powers to full capacity. Cyclops was sloppy as fuck with like using his laser beam, and literally all Cyclops has to do is look at what the fuck his target is. He has to just look. He's shooting the fucking beams off of the fucking windows and shit like that. Like
that was kind of dope.
What the? But really, is he really about
Ricochet?
Yeah.
I don't think there was. See, this is.
He shot off a windshield.
This is like young X-Men.
Yeah.
So you would kind of expect them to be a little soft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they're like, we ain't really trying to kill these niggas. We just trying to stop them.
Okay.
Like they probably could have killed them. Nightcrawler could have did.
Nightcrawler was kind of like soft, man.
Yeah. So he's soft always. Anyway.
Yeah, but he like when I don't know if that was X-Men 2. I know they went back in time in the last one, but like everything that happened before they went back in time, it's like almost it didn't happen, like it didn't exist. That's what pissed me off. I think in the last one. That's what pissed me off. Like they had went back in time or some shit, and everything that had happened didn't happen anymore. So all the ones before, I don't even remember what the last one was called. Was it First Class or some shit? Whatever.
It was First Class. Then it was Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse. So everything that happened before Apocalypse didn't happen by the end of the movie. So
I really don't. I honestly have no recollection of watching First Class. I think that might have been a movie that I skipped. It's a few. Mm-hmm. It's like a handful of Marvel movies that I skipped. I'm not gonna hold you up.
Yeah.
But that's probably one because I wasn't appealed to it at all. I might have skipped some X-Men origin movies with Wolverine too.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the second Wolverine movie.
Was that the one where he was in China?
Yeah.
I seen that.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Probably
I saw the first one and I saw Logan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a blur.
Yeah, it's a blur. Because it's so far in between. Like, it was like, I think 2000 when the first X-Men came. So it's only been 12 movies in the Sony, I guess we call it universe for lack of a better phrase. It's been 20 years, almost 20 years, you can say. And it's only been 12 movies with these X-Men characters.
Thank God this shit is over.
I'm thankful that, like I said, this shit is over. Completely over because it just seemed like, okay, Jean Grey didn't have no depth to her character. I don't like the fact that most of the time, like, she kept repeating, like, I can't control it. I can't control it. I can't. That's the line that she was using every time the Phoenix or whatever power she had was like coming about and she couldn't control it. She said it every single time, and that was annoying to me. I can't control it.
It's probably crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that she can't control it is probably something like, wow. Like,
but we knew that, really though. By the third, fourth time saying it,
this shit is blowing me like, bro, I can't control this shit. Like, you got chronic gas, like, you just keep farting. Like, bro, I can't control it. Like, I can't control it. What the fuck?
Right. So, man, okay, he makes some sense. Again, he's making some more sense.
That's what I do.
All right, man. So, so then we have the part, like I said, no emotional connection where, okay, Mystique dies, and then during that scene also, it's not Quicksilver, is it? What's the name? Speedy dude, the dude that's fast. What is his name?
Quicksilver.
It's Quicksilver.
There's two Quicksilvers in Marvel.
Okay, it's Quicksilver. He's trying to like attack when she's in the I can't control it mode after she go back to see her dad, and she like tossed this nigga off to the side, and you ain't even see this nigga the rest of the movie.
Whoa, he wasn't in the end?
No!
Wow.
This nigga was not in the rest of the movie after that, dog.
I didn't even peep that.
Yeah. This nigga rolled out of the movie.
Dog, she obliterated this nigga. That nigga's still in the rubble.
Still in the rubble.
He's still in there.
But I think that's when they but he wasn't in the fight scene at the end, which is real kind of wacky to me.
I did not realize that because I like the fight scene at the end. Well,
yeah,
the very end I didn't like, but leading up to
the train,
that was dope.
The train was dope, but Magneto was kind of. I don't like this iteration of Magneto.
What?
I don't like younger Magneto.
Fassbender?
I didn't like his acting just didn't do it for me. When she showed up to the mutant camp where, you know, the government gave them some land for them to just go ahead and own about their business and not bother anybody else, that they are like basically their own land where you don't have to worry about people coming in.
Right,
and
sanctuary.
Their own sanctuary. So then you had the military coming in looking for Jean Grey after she killed, they say she killed the police. They didn't really show her like killing the police, but
they said
attack the police or whatever. So the military shows up immediately. The military shows up to that camp. How they figure she was there? I don't know. Like they didn't show like, okay, she could possibly be anywhere else, or they didn't show them trying to do some process of elimination, or maybe they got a sensor on the mutants.
Okay, what I assumed was, so these Magneto and his crew are probably deemed as the bad mutants.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Xavier and his people, good mutants.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, she just went bad, so she's probably with the bad niggas now. You know? Okay. So, like, where would an evil mutant go? Where would a mutant that attacks the police go? Yeah, let's go check out Magneto and them real quick.
Okay, so the more I talked to him about it, I gave it jumping ahead a little bit, I was like, I'm going to get this shit about a 3. But the more I talked to him, 10. I think my problem is I'm comparing it to like Marvel Studios shit quality.
You can't compare it because
I know I can't, but it's hard for me not to. It's really hard for me not to.
Man, like, one thing that killed me. It was a few things that killed me. They in the fucking forest. Who is this bitch singing? Did you see that shit? It's like they having a concert. Like a chick just randomly singing loud as fuck. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
It was very corny. It was an extremely corny moment. I was like, wow, this is ass. Like, like, can't nobody just have a speaker or something?
I hear you. I hear you.
Wait.
For sure.
At this point in time, they didn't have speakers, but this chick was just like pop concert.
Yeah.
Electric Forest type shit. You know, like, oh, what are you doing? What is it?
It's not really explanatory to me. Maybe that was another part where they had to reshoot and they just didn't know how to pull the shit together. I didn't understand how, like when they got on the train, where the fuck all them aliens come from? They just kept like respawning out of nowhere. Where the fuck all these people come from?
Do you remember when they was like, they walked into the house.
The dad's house.
Sansa and the chick with the white hair.
Yeah.
They walked into the house, and she told the black dude who was like second in command, like, she's like, get everybody together in case the shit go left. Remember?
Okay.
So he went, got everybody together.
I ain't buying it.
You ain't buying it?
I'm not buying it, dog.
I'm saying they had it.
I hear what you're saying.
I get
but I'm not buying the writing though. I'm not buying the writing.
They came to take over. Because you know they showed them falling out the sky and shit. Maybe it was more that they didn't show.
Yeah,
when they came out the water and attacked the household, it was a bunch of them. So I don't know if it was like 30 or 40 of them or what, but. And they never like told who these people were.
They didn't. That was I'm like, the whole time I'm like, damn, did I doze off on this shit? Did I just happen to because I went right after work. So I'm like, damn, did I doze off? Did I miss like who these people are? And like the lady, I don't even remember their names.
No, fake ass scrolls. That's the word.
Fake scrolls. I don't know who. I don't remember them saying with this lady with the white hair. I don't know. I don't even think they mentioned her name at all. Black dude, I definitely don't know. They definitely didn't mention his name. And it just kind of appeared, and then they were aliens. But you didn't know that they were aliens in the beginning. You thought maybe they were like police officers or some shit.
That wasn't my man's from. That dude wasn't in the Fugees.
No.
He looked like one of the niggas from the Fugees.
No, that ain't him.
Man, that nigga could have been the Fuji, bro.
He do look like a refugee for sure, but no, he's definitely not. No. All
right.
No, and then the lady with the white hair had no sense of personality.
She's an alien.
All right, how about this? All of them are aliens.
Right. Wait, who? Muse?
No, the Muse not alien, but I mean, like, in a sense, most of these characters in the comics are aliens.
Yeah, they be having cardboard personalities.
No, this white lady here had no personality. When she was at the bar, and she just happened to walk up, and Jean Grey has to just change her like form, or I guess I have other people believe that she's like this old man at the bar. She sits at the bar all silently and shit. Walk up, talking about some, I know who you are, and then she's like, and then Jean Grey's like, basically like, how did you know? Like, it's just the dialogue was just so weak to me, man. So they, at the end of the movie, they're fighting, and Jean Grey and white hair lady still don't know the fucking name. She's trying to take Jean Grey's powers because she's been following Jean Grey this whole time. Trying to take the powers of this solar flare that happened when they tried to stop some shit in the fucking sky and some shit like that. And Jean Grey over there, she hops out to try to help fix to save like astronauts. Mm-hmm. And so she gets the solar flare powers. And so this lady, it's the end of the movie, trying to take the powers from her. So they hugging each other. They cuddling this whole time, which is very lame. That was very lame. The way she's trying to take the powers from her, she could have did that shit the whole time. She could have did this shit at the bar.
Yep, definitely could have.
All you doing is hugging this woman to try to take the powers from her. So whack.
She should have presented it in a different way.
The way it was presented,
she should have did that shit like off top. Like, look, bro, you got the power. You don't want it. Let me take it from you.
Let me take it.
Just give it to me, and you can go back to being a lame bitch like you was.
Professor X and the other X-Men were trying to stop this shit from happening. So while Professor X gets in, Cyclops comes in out of nowhere. He shoots the white-haired girl. She flies off wherever the fuck she lands, and out of the scene or whatever. And Jean Grey, it passes out, but she still has powers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's full. They didn't really say if it was like the full amount, but the white hair lady has some of the powers as well because the transfer wasn't 100%, whatever. Yeah. And next thing you know, is people coming in trying to kill Jean Grey. Still, she's turning them into hamburger meat while they're fighting. And of course, again, it seems like she had a control of it by that point. But so Professor X, she crushes his wheelchair, and she got basically puppet mastered this nigga up the stairs and everything, and she's about to kill him.
I wanted her to make him trip up the stairs so bad. He just legs is
literally like
I
Pinocchio.
just want to see him stumble like this.
Yeah. So Magneto comes in. And I thought she was gonna crush this nigga head with the helmet, which it looked like she was about to just crush his head, but she didn't. The helmet explodes, and she has him basically pinned down or whatever. And Nightcrawler, he gets his ass beat, and he's disappeared somewhere, or I don't even remember.
He was on that little train thing.
He was on the train, why did Magneto have to pull a train from underground when there was plenty of cars already outside?
That did not make any sense.
He pulled the subway train from under the ground. It's buses and cars already that they fighting at, but he decided he want to pull a train out from the ground to pull it up to the door.
All he had to do was stack some cars up at the door.
That's it. He's Magneto. Then we get to the fight scene on the train. Was that before? No. Yeah, the fight scene on the train. And like he has parts where he's trying to fight with handcuffs. And like Magneto, he basically, like I said, they don't show their full capacity of their powers, because on one hand, Magneto crushes an entire train car with a bunch of these aliens in it, and there's other moments where, like I said, he's like shooting guns and things like that. He has control of all these different guns, and instead of, I don't know what the fuck he could have did, but instead of shooting these guns, he could have literally crushed half of the train where the lady was walking towards him at. I don't know. I just feel like their powers were just like it just wasn't
dumbed down.
It was super dumbed down, and it just. I was watching this shit like, yo, this shit is whack, man. This shit is so whack. It's so whack. I don't know why I was expecting Marvel Studios quality, and then the thing about it is, the signs were all there. I pull up to the movie theater.
Empty.
The fucking lot was empty. I'm like, I'm expecting, like, I understand it's not part of the universe, but it's still a superhero movie. And superhero movies, regardless, always do numbers. If not, like, Marvel Studios numbers, but they still do numbers. So I pull up to the theater. This bitch is damn near empty. Like, the lot's empty. I got a lot, like, I'm right next to the handicap spots, right? Go in. Seating, the fucking theater is damn near like a ghost town. It's like 4 people in there. And I show up like after the credits play, like the last, not credits, but trailers. Like the last trailer before the movie. I show up in there and it's only a handful of people. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. So the signs, it was all there that it's not a big deal. And as I'm watching it, I just felt so disappointed. But Mel enjoyed it.
Definitely.
What are some of the other things you enjoyed about the movie?
Okay. From, like I say, the outer space scene, I like that. I like the last fight. One thing I didn't like about the ending was the way she took old girl out of space and killed her that way. That right there, it was kind of lame to me. Like, just the whole interaction between them two, like that final fight.
I hate it.
I'm like, this about to be dope. You know what I'm saying? They super strong motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So they supposed to be throwing buildings at each other.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers cuddled until they died.
And then she's like, so they're trying to transfer the powers again, and this time Jean Grey, it's like, you take the damn lady's neck and put it around her. Why she have her choker though? Like, what the fuck was the choking about?
Choking and cuddling, man. It was like
some super like erotic type shit going on. Instead of the first time they tried to transfer the powers, it was on the alien where she was hugging her. This time, Jean Grey is like, oh no, you about to get this power so I can go on about my business. And she has her hold her hand around her neck, which didn't make no sense. I don't know. Mel didn't fuck with that either, so when he fucked with the movie, it's just a bunch of little shits that added to the big picture where I'm like, what the fuck? So at the end, she gives her the power, she kills the lady, and she turns into a phoenix in the sky, and there's this whole little voiceover montage where she turns to the phoenix in the air, and she's grew past being a mutant, and she's something bigger in the space world.
So, I'm just trying to figure out, like, so this has happened before.
Right? Yeah, it did.
So, is she coming back? Is this like, and then another thing, like, they said that Captain Marvel is supposed to be the strongest person in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. If Phoenix come back, if Jean Grey or Phoenix come back with these powers,
okay,
I don't see Captain Marvel being.
So when they put her into the mix with everybody else.
Yes.
Okay, that's
because I mean, do we count this as the MCU?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
But as time goes on, X-Men will be a part of the MCU story or whatever. So eventually, I would think that they're going to add Jean Grey's. I don't see why they wouldn't. Especially if she's like supposed to be the strongest mutant. Yeah, I don't know how they gonna play that.
And I feel like they just got lazy with
super lazy, man.
Because I'm talking about from the jump, what creating her like. Just give her everything. You know what I'm saying? Just give her everything. Yeah,
there was no real build up. And even looking back on all the movies, there wasn't really a build-up with her character specifically. You show... Basically, all the movies are based around Wolverine.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, all of them were based around... Wolverine was the central character in all of them. And once he left the X-Men series, it kind of went between good and bad. Magneto versus Professor X. Mm-hmm. And, like you said earlier, to stop other mutants and not necessarily other forces out there. And it just was, if you want to say the build up to this movie, that I was completely let down to how, like, okay, Fox or Sony, whoever was behind this, this is how they chose to end that story.
It was I kind of get the feeling like they was like, let's just get this shit over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like, all right, hurry up. We just sold the property. We just sold the property of X-Men, Fantastic Four, all Spider-Man. I think they still got part of Spider-Man though.
I think so. I think the last Spider-Man might be it.
So we got rid of all this. Let's go ahead. Wow, this fire is hot. Let's put this movie out. And I don't know how the numbers is doing right now. I meant to check that before we started filming to know what the numbers are.
It's probably bad. I'm sure it's bad.
Yeah, because Thursday night it only made like $5 million.
Yeah, I went Thursday night and it wasn't like. And one thing about, because like I say, movies, I like to go on Thursday night because I don't like to see no spoilers.
Right.
So, it's like when you order movie tickets, for movies like this, is usually like different showings, like back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Avengers, they had every 15 minutes you can buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Nah, with this, they had a 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock everywhere, and that's it.
Sad.
7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock, and I'm mad. I'm not mad because I kind of enjoyed it, but I left work an hour early to go see that shit.
So you was hyped about it?
I mean, I honestly was ready to leave work. So
I
was ready to get the fuck up out of here. And that was just a good incentive. Like,
for sure.
I'm about to go catch this movie because it's my thing.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you mean by it. Yeah. I want to leave anyway, but the fact that it's a movie plan that I do want to see, fuck it, I'm out of here.
We out of here.
So,
and the fact that I was able to get tickets.
So easy?
Last minute.
Yeah.
Because I was contemplating, like, because, like, really in my job, I don't get overtime often.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, do I want to sacrifice this 1 hour? Go see the movie. I love both. I love money. I love movies. Mm-hmm. Then my supervisor told me to go do some bullshit. And I was like,
all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
We in the mag. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we out. We out.
I feel that.
I'm out of here, B. And they didn't have no post.
Nope.
No scene after 2 minutes.
It was like, all right, this is over. Fans, y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted us to give this shit up. We gave it shit up. And now I'm really looking forward to see how Marvel pulls this shit back together.
They need to just give James Gunn the X-Men.
James Gunn, I guess you could say, is he the writer? I know he's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and he did Brightburn.
He did Brightburn, see?
And as well. Brightburn.
He did and he's doing, is it Suicide Squad?
Probably.
I think he's doing, because they had kicked him off for a while for some old tweets he had said or whatever. And then he had signed on with DC to do, I think, Suicide Squad. He's doing Suicide Squad. So, which is supposed to be totally different from the one that came out a couple years ago, which I kind of fucked with a little bit.
You liked it?
I did fuck with it a little bit.
A lot of people didn't like that movie.
Yeah,
a lot of people said it was terrible.
The thing with DC, my expectations are always low.
It could have been much better.
It could have been. Especially you got Will Smith in there.
They didn't like they didn't show a lot of people's powers in that movie.
At all. They didn't really show much powers.
Killer Croc was terrible.
Terrible.
He was
had to be from Oz for sure.
Way too human.
Yeah.
Way too human.
Yeah.
They should have got Brock Lesnar and put him in like a motherfucking alligator suit, and it would have been better.
I feel you. I feel you. So,
they definitely.
What do you get this out of 10? X-Men.
7.
7.
You get it was a 7.
Boy.
Yep.
This
is the only one I really like besides Logan. I don't like no X-Men movies, but this one was cool.
None? Not even the first one?
I don't like none of them shits. Last Stand? No.
Oh, shit.
Apocalypse? No. I don't like none of them shits. But this one and Logan.
I'm saying it's the worst, and he's saying it's the best.
Top 2.
Logan, out of all of them, Logan is definitely top. Logan for sure top.
You noticed, one reason why I hate X-Men movies, this guy, Wolverine, is walking around with blades on his hand and slicing necks, and it ain't a drip of blood in the movie.
Yeah.
Killer. Kills me. Yeah. It's blowing me, bro.
Yeah.
It's blowing me.
Yeah. But for a while, I don't think they... I think this is because of the PG-13 that they were trying to do. Yeah. But then with Logan, they bumped that shit to an R.
But this one
they bumped it on an R.
They changed the rating scale?
I think more so of just the times that we in.
Because it's when what's the name got gored.
Mm-hmm.
Mystique.
Yeah, blood and all that.
Yeah, it's bloody.
Yeah, but I think it's more so of... I just think it's the fact that the times in 2019 have changed versus early 2000s. It's a lot of things that goes on even regular TV now that didn't happen back then.
You say bitch on the radio.
Bitch on the radio. I've heard nigga on the radio. I've heard shit on the radio. Shit on regular TV. I watched Walking Dead. It was like they was saying shit and all that. I'm like, I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's 2019, so here we are. But he gives it a 7. I give it a 3. Excuse me. I'll take my take. Originally it was a 3, but at this point, I gotta give it a 4. I can't give it no more.
Come on, you can't get a 5?
I can't give it a solid 5.
Can't get a 5?
Nah, man.
That's
I'm sorry.
crazy.
I didn't like the dialogue. I didn't like the story. I feel like they jumped ahead too fast with Jean Grey and who she is. There's no build up. There was no. I didn't feel no connection with the characters. I thought Beast was super whack. He was like super corny to me.
What's the name? Only had 2 lines.
Storm, and then it was a couple times. It was a scene where Storm was talking to, I think it might have been Beast, or maybe it was Xavier. I don't know, but she was talking in like an African accent because she's from Africa or whatever. But then there's another scene where she didn't have no accent at all. Like during the fight scene, she had no accent at all. She was talking normal as hell. Like,
damn.
So see, I don't even think you peeped that.
You make content like this, so you peep more shit than I do. I just watch it.
Yeah.
Like how you were talking about the reshoots, then I wouldn't know if they reshot shit.
Okay. So
you fucking cheating. Yeah.
So some saying she just didn't have that African accent. So that's also something else I'm looking forward to down the line to see how Storm and Black Panther how they come together. And I know it's a while. They already said it's gonna be a while, but Comic-Con or E3 both I think is coming up. So E3 it's supposed to announce. Okay. So Comic-Con is like in the next couple. It's supposed to be coming after Spider-Man, a couple weeks after Spider-Man. So after that, they're gonna roll out with the next set, I guess, phase, quote unquote. Next couple phases is, which I already seen a leak of what's coming next. Did you see that?
The leak of what?
The leak of the next 12 Marvel movies.
Oh,
you didn't see that?
You just show me.
Hold on, though. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna give it 1 second. Let me grab my phone real quick. Let me see. Hold on. I definitely saw that shit. Hold on.
This is the pause moment. Entertainment. Now we're back to the show.
Okay, let's see. We got
better be some.
All right, so what's next to come from the Marvel Phase MCU? Okay, so we have. Oh, this ain't it. What the fuck? Okay, Phase 4 slate announcement. We have, starting with, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm-hmm. Black Widow, May 1st, 2020. It's Black Widow. Black Widow Levithian, whatever the fuck that means. Then we have The Wasp and the Escape from the Microverse, which is supposed to be an offshoot from the Ant-Man movies. Then we have Nova, which is going to be a movie.
Yes, finally.
The Mighty Thor, Black Panther: Secret Empire,
Okay.
Captain Marvel and the Valkyries.
Okay. And the Valkyries. Oh shit.
Yeah. Then we have I just had the shit, man. What the fuck? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is happening, of course. Spider-Man Enter the Multiverse is the third Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man Dimensions, excuse me. And Fantastic Four is coming in the next set of films. They don't have the dates. Ant-Man and the Masters of Evil.
Ooh.
Doctor Strange and the Illuminati.
Ooh, Doctor Strange. Oh, yes. Let's get it.
And that's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
The savior, the lone savior of the MCU, Doctor Strange.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think he's like going to be the leader now?
No. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if Doctor Strange wasn't there, if he didn't pull up an Endgame, it would have been over.
Yeah. All the portals and shit like that.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the him seeing the future.
That too. It was only one way out of that shit. And again, sad to see Tony Stark had to go, which I do feel like he will be back. I do. I feel like Captain America will be back eventually too. So with all these movies that's coming up, and we offer that X-Men movie, but all these movies coming out, I'm definitely excited to see where Thor is going next, because I like Thor now. I don't know about necessarily Fat Thor, but I like the way they are portraying Thor, the more comical side of Thor now, which I'm really excited about. It doesn't say Guardians of the Galaxy in the it don't say anything about it. Just says Volume 3. It don't say what, maybe like it's no subline to it of like Thor or Guardians of the what the fuck is Thor? The place he's from. Asgardians and shit.
Yeah,
Guardians of the Asgardians, whatever the fuck. I don't see that at Asgard, whatever. So that's what I'm probably most excited about. I wasn't really a big fan of Black Panther. I've only literally seen that shit one time.
Secret Empire, though, that sounds intriguing. I'm interested. I would definitely like to see the next Guardians film, and hopefully Thor is in there as a Guardian. Like
I'm sure. I'm sure he is.
And then Nova, definitely ready for that. I'm very excited.
I'm not aware of like I've heard the name before, but I'm not aware of like to be excited enough to be excited about it.
Yeah, you have to read a comic or something.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Yeah,
they like the Space Police, but
yeah, okay, I do know.
It kind of then breaks down into like one character.
Okay,
I mean not like the unit, but it's like it shifts focus on one person from Nova Corps. Okay.
Oh, so it's a corporation or like a group.
Nova Corps. You remember Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was trying to. I'm thinking
they're like the police.
I'm thinking it's like Iron Fist, like for some reason.
No, hell.
I don't know. I don't know why I was comparing it to Iron Fist.
It's some space shit.
Okay.
Space
all right.
Shit.
Yeah. So. I'm curious to know what they're gonna do. What they're doing on Black Widow, and then you have the Wasp in the Microverse. So I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe if that leads to them going back in time again.
Maybe she gets stuck in the quantum realm, and they say it's shit in there. Like
Yeah.
Like they always talk about it. Like it's dangerous in there. Like it's things in there that's that can kill you or fuck you up.
That's strange. They're giving the Wasp her own movie though.
Yeah, and nobody asked for that.
Nobody asked for that.
Who wanted that?
Nobody asked for that. Everything else.
Why we can't get an Adam Warlock movie? Like I don't want to see Black Widow or the Wasp have their own movie.
But with these like 12 movies here, that'll probably be within the next 3 years. That's look like it's so we'll see after this, especially if they announce in the Fantastic Four already. I'm expecting it to be they gonna get the fans what they want. I'm sure before they even bought the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men, as there was a possibility of it happening, I'm sure they already knew where they were going to go. Of course, I wouldn't mind another Fantastic Four origin story, even though we had 2 of them already. I wouldn't mind starting over again.
I would rather have...
Done right.
Let me tell you what I want to see. I want to see Dr. Doom. What's his name, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Doom. Own movie. More developed as a villain. Like, after he takes shit over, because eventually in the comics, he kind of becomes the ruler of the world, basically. He ends up having fucking Tony Stark's technology and everything.
Okay.
So, that's what I want to see. I want to see Dr. Doom running that shit. And it's like he kind of, at one point in the comics, he kind of gets so bored being a bad guy, he turns into a good guy. Because he has a problem with fulfillment. Like,
he need a new challenge.
Yeah. Like, hey, you know what?
I get it.
These superheroes too easy. Let me just focus on saving the world.
Yeah.
Because he's like one of the smartest people in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
One of the strongest, all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. And Adam Warlock.
Well, they've like we've mentioned before previously in probably the Avengers video that we did, that they did mention that in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't remember which one it was, but they did mention it at the end. It was like an end credit scene.
2.
So it was in part 2. So we really excited about these movies. DC is starting to pick it up a little bit, and I saw that they announced they got a director for Black Adam, with The Rock is supposed to be playing. But The Rock plays himself in every movie, so I'm just seeing like
you gotta switch it up.
You gotta switch it up. I'm curious to see how he gonna play it. I still haven't seen Shazam yet. I still haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. Actually, I started watching it here, and I just fell asleep on it.
Yeah.
And
I fell asleep the first time I watched Captain Marvel also.
Yeah, so there we are. I don't know what else is next. That I know I gotta take my son to see Toy Story because in a couple weeks I'll probably end up doing a review with him.
I gotta take myself to see it.
I'm really sad to see what's gonna happen to Buzz and Woody, dog. We got like 2 weeks before we find out the end, and it's really probably gonna be really the end. It's not like the Marvel universe where people could come back or other series where it's to come back. I think that this is really about to be it.
Did you like Detective Pikachu?
Oh shit! I did that review with my kid. Like the thing about, you see it?
Yeah, it was ass.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was. The thing about it was, I like the fact that with Detective Pikachu that the Pokemon, it didn't look like a cartoon per se. Like I like the potential of a real Pokemon movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the story of Detective Pikachu. I didn't like the lead character. I didn't like the way it reminded me of like the Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze, where at the end the dude that's running the news or whatever, he turns into Mewtwo and he sprays the shit over there to have all the humans or Pokemon turn evil in the zombie-like form, and it just reminded me like some super corny shit. But I understand that it wasn't made for me.
Okay. It was just ass, man.
Was it better than X-Men? Dark Phoenix.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
No. I like the X-Men.
Right, that's what we differ. I like the Detective Pikachu better than this X-Men shit, dog. I like the potential of it. Like, they didn't look... The CGI looked good to me.
Ain't no way in the hell Ryan Reynolds was that bad daddy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that either. I'm
like,
why
no way in the
white
fuck.
dad? I like, why you gotta have a white dad? I didn't like that. I didn't like that
he
at all.
looked mixed, but that would... Ain't no way.
No, I didn't like that. He didn't
look shit like Ryan Reynolds.
I didn't like that at the end.
That was so unrealistic. And I can't even imagine Ryan Reynolds having a child that old.
Yeah, really. Because he's not really that old to have
They had to hold him up.
For sure. They had to give him a little... He had to have the beard and all that shit.
That shit was ass.
It was. But even my kid was like... We halfway. Like, it wasn't that great. It was just okay.
Yeah.
It was just okay.
You know, the kids be knowing.
The kids be knowing. My son was like, it was just okay. So now...
it was just okay.
I had to see Toy Story in a couple weeks. Other than that... Did you see Ma?
No, I didn't.
Dog, that shit was so trash, man. I was so fucking disappointed in that movie.
I seen...
So disappointed in that movie.
Did you like John Wick?
Didn't see John Wick yet because I haven't seen part 2 yet.
Okay.
And they say I have to see part 2 in order to watch part 3.
You need to watch part 2.
But I felt like watching part 1, it would seem like... It reminded me of The Expendables. where you don't necessarily have to watch all the Expendables to even enjoy the movies.
Yeah,
like it's just specifically for the action. I'm not watching, and it felt like I had to watch John Wick for the storyline. His dog died, so he had to get revenge because they killed his dog. You know I love dogs too.
Yeah.
But he had tore up the floor in his house, and like I got to get my guns and these gold coins. I don't even think were they coins. I don't. Yeah. Okay, gold coins.
In their little world, that's their currency. Yeah.
People love John Wick, and people still love John Wick 3. But I'm going to check it out. I might not see it in theaters. Who knows? I'm off on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I might see it like on a Wednesday morning or something. So I might check it out. But other than that, like I said, was, oh my God, bro. Like, I was excited to see this black woman, having her way with these white kids. But, expect the review to come up. My girl said she liked it for the most part, so until the end. So we'll have a review on that probably within the next week or so. Because I don't see how she could have liked any of that fucking movie. But it was so bad because it was a Blumhouse production, so I already knew it was going to be one or the other. You're either going to give us Get Out or you're going to give us Happy Death Day. You're going to give us or you're going to give us
Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare. Like I know it's going to be one or the other. So it's no middle ground for Blumhouse Productions.
Middle ground at all.
And it was definitely on this end of Happy Death Day, Truth or Dare, and all the other bullshit movies versus the good shit that they have produced. So that's it for me. I haven't really nothing else to say. If you feel like you have to, if you were into these movies, X-Men, it's something that you should see for sure. It's not a movie where I would skip it. I would definitely check it out. But
you hated it.
I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I think it was.
Now you got a reason to see it. You got a good reason. I say it's good. You say it's bad.
Yeah.
Find out for yourself.
Find out for yourselves. A 7. I give it a 4.
4.5.
4. That's a super stretch. Like maybe my expectation.
I heard you say 4.5. I know you said.
Okay, 4.5. As long as it's not a 5. As long as it's not a 5, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. So, until next time, I'm sure we'll review some old shit. We find an old movie to review that we really fuck with or don't fuck with. We find, I know I do that. I've done that from time to time. I went back and reviewed like Belly or something, which Belly is super overrated, dog. That movie is so overrated. People get to see the intro to the movie with the neon lights and all that, and they get enamored with it. But when you sit down and watch it, and really watch the movie, it is so trash. It's better to watch it on mute. It's better to watch on mute. It's like one long music video. You can play whatever artist, DMX and Nas, whatever during that time, Method Man songs during that time, and just mute the movie and play those songs. And it's a great music video. Super overrated movie. So we'll find something else to touch on because I don't know what else is coming up. Lion King is coming up. I'm gonna have to take my son to see that.
Show me ass.
But Disney do pretty good on. I know you didn't see Aladdin.
Hell no.
So Aladdin was mixed reviews. I didn't see that at all. But see what Disney is doing now. They're gonna take all their cartoons and they're gonna make live action versions of them. I enjoyed Jungle Book. That shit was really fucking good. And they did a great job on that. So we'll see where it goes. I didn't see no Beauty and the Beast and shit like that. I didn't see none of those. But I just saw Jungle Book on some accidental shit with my kids. So I'll be seeing that. So there's a bunch of kid movies coming up. I hear in the news that they pushed back the Sonic movie, and I saw the new rendering of the Sonic character. Did you see that shit?
Worse.
It's worse than the first one. That shit.
I hope that was fake.
I really hope that shit's fake because it's so much worse. They could have kept the original version of the movie, and just put it out at the end of the year like they originally tended to do. If this is the new version of it, because it is so trash. He got on some Balenciaga sock sneakers on. He like super skinny.
And his face is
like it's just. No, just go on with it. We don't need it if it's going to be this bad because I know I'm going to have to sit through because my son absolutely loves Sonic. He got the book bag, the fucking lunch bag. He runs around the house sometimes thinking he's Sonic. He played with Sonic on Smash Brothers, so he's a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and I'm going to have to sit through bullshit, and I don't want to. But, again, until next time, review for you. Mail, check out the hashtag Eastside Podcast, which I do all the time. And check out what we're doing on the Uprising Network.
Thanks
Check
for
out
having
next
me.
time. For sure, man.